We are here in Santorini and we are closing out a month, and we really are excited to do a cost of living breakdown, which is something that we do each month for each location that we're in.
Sixth one. Yeah, we've done 6 of these now.
We came in really with the anticipation of, you always hear Santorini is just so expensive, and so we really prepped and prepared for that.
Yeah, we've been saving money for a couple months just to be here.
Right.
So
yeah,
here we are.
So we were kind of surprised with what we found, so we want to share all that with you.
So we're going to do this one a little bit different than we've done the others. This one, a little different angle. We're going to give you our monthly breakdown like we always do, but we're also going to give you some pricing which you might expect to pay if you come to Santorini for 3 days or a week.
Yeah, because most people don't come for a month.
Most people don't come for a month, although you should.
You should if you can.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we always break down is our rent, because that is the most expensive part. Coming here, we did know that that was going to be something that we'd be spending more money on. Our Airbnb is fantastic.
Yes, it's the best one we've had yet. With the most room.
It has the most room. It's got lots of decks.
Can I say it?
God, he needs to get it out, and then he'll be done, hopefully.
This place is all decked out.
All decked out, yeah. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard that. So this place, though, is great. It's 2 bedrooms, very spacious. We're in the Miscellaneous area, so that's kind of central of the island. It was great for us because we were really near the bus, and we could walk into Fira if we wanted to.
It's about a 30-35 minute walk into Fira. The first little bit slightly uphill, and then you've got the best view the rest of the way. So it's not a bad deal. So
our Airbnb, highly recommend it. We will definitely have the link below for you to check out if you want to. It came in at $1,193.
Yeah. So a little bit more than we typically spend, but we're in Santorini.
Right. So we anticipated that. And just out of curiosity, I looked up the place that we're in for the summer months. So if you were coming in, say, in August, what it would cost you to be in this place. And it is over $4,000 for a month. So we got a pretty great deal just by coming in off season, which is kind of the way we travel. You don't really want to be in a place usually during the prime time.
Right. Now, we did find that being in Santorini in the on-season is a lot better. That's why you're paying more, obviously.
Yeah. More things are open.
More things are open.
More things to do.
You know, it's just...
But it's also going to be busier, and it's going to be really hot. One of the things that we were so pleasantly surprised about was the grocery stores here. We anticipated, I actually budgeted double our costs for groceries than we normally spend.
Not only the price of the groceries, but the grocery store itself.
It's so nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So nice. The last 3 months we have had pretty limited groceries. The grocery stores were small. We had very little access to things that maybe we were accustomed to buying it here. It is fantastic.
No problem.
It is so great. Yeah. Everything that we've been looking for, really, except for salsa.
Except for salsa. We didn't find any salsa.
Ground tortillas, no salsa.
No salsa.
Yeah, no taco seasoning, no salsa.
That's okay.
That's okay. So we paid $410 for a month of groceries here. And we ate well. We were eating steak at least once a week, and
chicken steak,
pork chops,
and,
anything
we were
you
typically
really well.
eat at home, we found here, and it was great. Now, one thing you can't do here on the island is drink the water. So, and we knew that coming in. So we budgeted for purchasing water. That's water for coffee, ice cubes, just drinking water in general, cooking, anything you use water for, except for showering and whatnot. But anyway, the water pricing here is really cheap.
Yeah.
I mean,
which we didn't expect. Once again, we budgeted high for that.
We budgeted high for it. So our water budget, we were anticipating about $30 each for the month. We ended up paying a total of $14.75 for the entire month for all of our water. So that was something else that really surprised us a lot.
Right. Yeah. So definitely affordable. The one area where we did save money was because we weren't eating out.
No.
Yeah. And that we knew that coming in. We don't eat out anyway that much, but here we really took
We probably eat out more than once a month. We ate out one time this month. And
we knew that coming in.
And we knew that coming in. That's where it gets expensive here on the islands. It'll typically cost you between $15 and $25 per person to go out and eat, depending on where you're at or the sunset or the time of day or whatever. But a beer is going to cost you $5.
If you have a view and you are on the cliffside there, you are paying, we found $5 to €6 for a
12-ounce bottle of Corona.
Not gonna do it.
No, I'm not going to pay $2 for a bottle of Corona, let alone 5 or 6. I only pay $1 for Corona.
You just don't like Corona, so that's not a good example.
If you were to give me a Corona,
He would drink that.
Anyway, it's expensive to eat out, so
yeah.
we eat out once, and that's why our grocery bill is higher than what
yeah.
it typically would be. So now we pick and choose what we do for entertainment. We can't do it all, so we need to do things that kind of interest us the most, obviously. And we went to a couple wineries and did some wine tasting, and it's something that we really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
The first winery we went to was Santo Winery.
Beautiful.
Beautiful winery.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
It's right on the cliff, and we're looking everything.
You could see Ia, you could see Fira.
Yeah, there's outside seating. We sat inside that day because it was a little bit chilly, and that cost us $45.
Which was a great deal.
We thought it was a good deal.
Yeah, they were good sized pours.
Good sized pours. There's 10 of them.
But we would highly recommend that. The other one that we went to do was the wine museum.
Yeah.
That was just super interesting because it really explains the process of how wine is made here on Santorini and on the island, which is a really different process. And so
great wine,
very
too.
interesting, yeah. So anyways, with the tour included, you could choose between 5 different packages, and that one we chose the cheapest package. And we each got 4 tastings on that one, 4 different wines. And the cost to do that tasting was $33 total for the 2 of us.
Yes, and that included the tour.
Yeah. So good entertainment and wine tasting at the end. Bonus.
So then we did go to a archaeological site
Akrotiri.
at the Akrotiri, and we caught a bus, went across the other side of the island. And that was very interesting. It was something that, I don't know, you don't typically do. And something that if I wasn't here for a month, I might skip.
Yeah.
Now we got in for, what was it, €6
It was
each?
€6, yeah.
Yeah, each. And it was off season, so there were some parts of it that we didn't get to experience the way you would get to if you were here on season.
It was good. It was, we would definitely recommend it if you were here for a longer stretch. If you're here for a week, it's definitely something to make it over there for. Because when you're over there, you also get to stop and see Red Beach, which is just right at the same location. So worth that. So that was a total, we paid $13 for both of us. €6.
Correct.
We got to break down the euro to the US dollar for you.
We're trying to do both. It's hard.
Okay, and then the other thing that we did was we went and had lunch out, our one time out.
The one time.
Somebody was offering meat samples, and Brian.
They were really good.
Brian got pulled in on that.
I usually don't even take the sample because I know I'm not going to buy. But this time I took the sample and then I had to buy.
Yeah. So we went in, we each had a euro, and I had a beer, and that was $37.
Yeah, so that's why we never did it.
That's why we just don't, If we were to eat out all the time, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. No.
Okay, so another reason why Santorini and Greece in general can be more expensive is because there's so much to do. Now, those are the things that we did. There are an array of things you can do here on the island. There's a volcano that I can't remember the name of the island. We'll put that below. But you can take a cruise out to the island. You can hike the island, explore the island, go to the hot springs. It's $28 US.
Which really is
It's
not
that bad. I think it includes. Does it include lunch?
No, that one doesn't, and that one takes about 3 hours.
It's about 3 hours. It's a 3-hour tour.
The other really popular thing to do here is the sunset cruise, and obviously, once again, that's something that we didn't choose to do. We're here long enough so we can just walk over and watch the sunset, so we don't need to actually go on a cruise for it. But if you do choose to go out, and I've heard really great reviews of that, it's going to range. It's around $128 is what you're going to pay, and it's a pretty long tour that you're out there, and it includes dinner. I'm not sure if it includes drinks.
Some of them are all inclusive, so they would
yeah.
include drinks. But for the $127, we've left links below to just about everything.
Yeah.
That will give you pricing on basically whatever you want to do.
Help you out.
Help you out.
Plan your trip.
This is about you.
So our final amount for entertainment costs for the month here was $194, which we did a lot more.
It seems like we did a lot more.
Yeah, we did a lot more kind of activities and things here than in other places. Yeah. So, but we also, I would also add there, usually our entertainment budget is our beers out.
Yeah.
We had one beer out this
We
entire
had one
time.
beer out the entire time. Now, They do have kiosks and convenience stores all over the place where you can go in and buy a beer, and we would just drink street beers. We didn't see any policemen telling us not to, or anybody telling us not to.
Well, and they're selling them at little kiosks right on the side of the street.
So you'd think it'd be okay.
We would think it would be okay.
So
Why would you buy them?
We did that.
Yeah.
And those are like $1.50 to $2.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of Fira.
For a 16 ounce.
The 16 ounce.
So, and then you just walk with your beer wherever you want to go and sit down, and you have also the same amazing view, but for a lot less. So that's our little money savings tip for you.
It's a good tip.
It is a great tip. Yeah.
Now our transportation costs here on the island. Now we took a taxi from the airport to our Airbnb. Sometimes we just feel like if you arrange that beforehand with your Airbnb host, they'll get you right here, no problem. You might pay for that a little more. I think the taxis on the island are more expensive anyway.
They are.
We paid $22 for that ride, and it was probably a 6 or 7 minute ride. Now, the taxi driver actually didn't drive us right to it. He kind of got a little bit turned around himself. So I would recommend, if you're not familiar with the island, to get a cab from the airport just to get you to where you're going first day.
The places are not really easy to find, and they actually said that about our place on the reviews anyways, and that's why she offered the service of setting it up. But the thing to just keep in mind also, if you do get a taxi and they take you into, say, Fira, or they take you into Ia, the cars are not allowed in those little windy tiny streets down below, so you're going to be dropped off on the outside of that. So just make sure you get really clear instructions from where you're coming from or where you're supposed to go. So the other thing that we spent money on for transportation, which was a higher budget this time, because that was your only way to get around the island, was for the buses. And buses are fantastic. I would say that in this time of season, they are maybe a little more unpredictable, but we kind of figured them out a little bit. Average price for the buses, it's going to range you between $1.80 and $2.20. Most of the time, ours were about $1.80, and that's each way. And sometimes you have to take 2 buses. So if you are in Ia and you want to get, for instance, over to Red Beach, you're going to take 2 buses to get there. So you're going to stop in Fira. So you're going to have 4 buses that day.
Yeah, and if you stay where we're staying, you're probably going to spend more than that, because we walked into Fira most of the time, and we could have caught a bus a block away.
Our transportation for the month came to $84. So a little more than we usually spend on transportation, but well worth it.
Yeah, well, you had to do it.
You had to do it. There was no other way. We couldn't walk to Ia. It's a long ways.
No.
So, and then some of the other options we wanted to...
Yeah, some of the other things that we wanted to talk about, if you're not staying here for a month, if you're only staying here for a couple days, we would recommend getting some other form of transportation. If you want to do the cab, that's fine. You're going to pay a little more for it. What I would have liked to have done is rent a quad, a 4-wheeler. Now, they're all over the island. You can get them at several different places. They're $38 for the day. And you go all over the island on these things. You can go to White Beach, you can go to Red Beach, you can get anywhere you need to go.
Even if you got one for one day.
Even if you got one for one day.
And just got to all those faraway areas.
I would highly recommend it, because for $38, you're not paying a cab. You're not. We averaged on the month about 6 to 7 hours standing at a bus stop waiting for the bus to show up. You're not doing that either. So I think $38 is a really good deal. And that's on season. Off season was a little bit less than that.
It was less than that.
Yeah.
It was around $31. And the other really cool thing is that they will actually deliver the quad to you and come pick it up. So you're not having to get to that place either. So, I mean, they make it as easy as they possibly can.
Yeah, I would highly recommend doing that.
Yeah, definitely. The other option is renting a car, which ranges around $41 a day. Once again, that's really going to vary on what kind of car you're getting and also the time of year.
And the rental company. We've left links below, but shop around.
Right.
And that doesn't include gas. I'm sure there's some of that involved, but it does include insurance. They also talk about an international driver's license. So ask about that. I've heard they tell you need it, but then they don't. So ask about that as well.
The other thing that we wanted to let you know is just the cost. So when you come in on a cruise ship and you are at the bottom, they're going to drop you off at the old part there in Fira. And you're still going to have to go down this hill, which is 588 steps down to the port. You have a couple of options. You can either walk that. You can take a cable car, which is $6.60 for an adult. it was $3.30 for a child and $3 and something for your luggage.
Yeah.
So that really adds up. Yeah.
I kind of have a problem. If I'm a senior citizen or if I'm disabled in any way and I can't do it, I still have to pay. Well, even the donkey ride costs $5.
Yeah.
So
you have that option as well. The donkey ride.
You get the
You're
donkey
not going to get up there
ride.
with luggage.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Just things to keep in mind. It is going to
Yeah.
be those kinds of costs can add up.
Now, next we're going to go into what our usual monthly costs are, and one of those categories is our miscellaneous expenses, and which would include my haircut, which I didn't get this month, which I probably need one.
But there weren't many.
God, in Albania and Montenegro, there was a
everywhere.
barber on every corner.
Yeah.
And I think it's like an art thing they have going on, like something that they just do. I haven't found one here in Greece yet. But anyway, our total cost for that miscellaneous expense was $0.
Yeah.
$0.
Can't get much cheaper than
No,
that.
it's also €0. So, and then we get into our healthcare, which is always a big topic. We use Cigna Global. And for Cigna Global, I'm not going to get into all the details on this video, but that costs us $270 for the couple. That's every month, the entire year.
Entire year we pay a year in advance, so we get a 10% discount. So
Sweet
that's
deal.
what that. Okay, then the other cost that we have, typically will have, is a phone data plan. Once again this month, we decided not to get a phone data plan. Phone data plan here, we did go into a Vodafone store just out of curiosity to see what it would cost, and they actually quoted us 30 to 40 euro, which for us was just not worth
was a
it.
lot,
We didn't need
yeah.
that. The one recommendation that I would make would be that we did find useful is make sure that go onto your Google Maps, and when you're here, if you're not going to have data plan or Wi-Fi, just download the map for Greece, and then you're able to still navigate when you're out and about. You can't look things up necessarily, but you'll at least be able to navigate,
you'll be able
which
to
is
get
really
around.
the main go-to that we needed anyway.
Yeah, and in comparison, $35, $40 a month may not seem like a lot, but in Montenegro and in Albania, it was about $10 a month for the same thing.
Right. Spain, we were
So,
paying €8.
Yeah, Spain was even a lot less
Yeah, so
expensive.
30 to 40 we felt was pretty
We
high.
just felt that was too much.
Yeah. The other costs that we have each month is our Netflix and our VPN. And those are just necessary things that we need. I wouldn't say Netflix is necessary, but to us it is. That is $19.
Yeah,
Worth it for fun.
it's worth it. It's kind of
Entertainment.
more of an entertainment for us as
Right.
well. So now we got a bunch of links down below to hopefully help you out. Look at those. If you get anything out of this video, thank you. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe.
Helps us out.
Helps us out a lot.
Yeah.
What are our total costs?
So our total costs,
get to it.
we were actually very pleasantly surprised with how much it cost us to spend a month here in Santorini, and our total cost came in at $2,172.
Nice work.
Both of us. We stuck to budget. Actually, a
Yeah.
little under budget.
A little under budget, and sure, we could have spent a lot more. We could have done a lot more things. And you probably will if you're here for a week. We probably would if we were here for a
Right.
week as well. That's kind of why we wanted to give you those links below so you can start shopping and thinking about what you want to do, what you want to spend your money on. For my money, I would do the four-wheeler.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cheers.